That should be good. There we go. I think we should be good now. Can you guys hear me? Cool, cool, cool. Oh, again, I said this last time, but I appreciate your support, man. I'm glad you saw the interview. And I'm also glad that you've been supporting my stuff, man. I've seen you particularly. What are your thoughts on Nick Fuentes? I think he's funny. I think he's chilling some in a lot of ways. The only thing that I kind of have a big disagreement on him with is just his view on women. It's a bit trust issue esque. So, how to get over a breakup? Lucky for you, I have a whole video on getting over breakups because most people think that breakups are a problem to solve, and it's not. You have to heal because if you don't heal, your next relationship is going to be the same exact way. Do you support the LGBTQ plus community? Take a guess, dude. Also, if you guys haven't liked the stream, that would be greatly appreciated so we can get more people in here. It'll be more hype. You get the gist. Anyways, I already told you how to get over a breakup. How would you program overhead press and bench press? Because whatever I do it, my strength drops a lot on one or the other one. It's the way I tell people how to program it. Keep in mind that for me, whenever I program, like whenever I do shoulders first, my bench goes up. The Catholic Church is going to be objectively better than the Protestant Church because the Catholic Church has an objective epidemic standard to judge Scripture by. Yeah, because if you judge Scripture on your own, you're not worshiping Jesus. At that point, you're worshiping yourself. I'm 15. I'm trying to manage high school and make it to MMA. What is your advice for me? You can do both. Don't think that the other one will stop you from doing the other one. You're 15. It's not preventing you from doing anything. Of course, sometimes you're going to have more homework. It might be a little bit more difficult, but that's also just life. How to fear God more and get closer to God. Prioritize your faith, right? The closer you get to God, the more you fear God. And I'll be the one to break it to you. If you go to the Catholic Church, you go to confession, and this priest, you confess your sins to a priest, you start fearing God. It holds you accountable. It's a great sacrament. Hey, I just found out I got cucked out. Any advice? Does that mean cheated on? I'm looking to Islam. I have, and that's why I'm not Muslim. Mario, you're Hispanic. How's your Spanish? My Spanish is mid. I can speak it, but I understand it well, but I don't speak it that well. Most definitely, Mario, keep defending the Catholic Church against these relatives solely scriptural Protestants who judge by their own opinion. Thank you, brother, and I'm going to keep doing that. Even though they don't like me and they'll say I'm driving them away from Christ, which is the biggest stretch on the planet, I'm actually bringing them closer, but they just don't like to hear it. Mario, I watch your videos a lot. Any tips on my ISSA exam in a couple days? You're going to be fine. It's not crazy. You'll be good to go. Trust me. Mario, Bible is the word of God. We shouldn't blindly follow the church. The Pope himself said he thought being gay was not a sin. Yeah, that's just you being stupid, to be honest, because he never said that. See, it's like you understand that Jesus said that his church would never fall. So anything your church has comes from the Catholic Church. Always remember that. Anything you have. You just took stuff away. There is only one God, not three. I know. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's like saying that, like, me saying I have a nose, I have ears, I have a mouth are three different people. No, it's one person, but it's one being. Would you consider personally training Nick Fuentes to prepare him for the new year? Yeah, I would. I mean, I'll train everyone. God cannot be a man according to who? Oh, wait, you. Nice. Aisha married a 6-year-old, dude. How's your monetization since you started doing religious content? Kind of a weird question, no? Life isn't about monetization. And also, like, I'll be just straight honest, though. Like, I get where you're coming from, and you're chill. I get that. But if you had a chance to ask me a question, why are you asking me a question on monetization? I feel like it's kind of weird. What fragrance do you use? I don't really use fragrances. It lowers your test. You doing the work of God. I appreciate it, brother. Could you please explain why the Protestant church exists? Because it broke. Well, if you want to get to the dogma of the Protestant church, the reason the Protestant church exists is because of the Catholic Church. It just took what it liked and got rid of what it didn't like. I'm still a virgin at 18. I'm fit as F, but I never talked to a girl outside of the friend zone. But what do you have to say? Dude, being a virgin is a gift. Okay. You understand that people who sleep with a lot of people, they run into so many problems. Embrace your purity, man. You think that these women have these things, and you think that sex is an experience that you're missing out on. You're not. You're just putting it at an excess importance. Embrace your purity and keep it, and wait till marriage to have sex. If I was 18, I'd give you that advice. The worst thing you can do is think that girls and sex are an experience or some type of thing that gives you value. They're not. Are you using minoxidil? I was, yeah. Bro, why did you change your content style and not your brother? He's not religious. Do you know my brother? No, you don't know if he's religious or not. Just because I wanted to make content on, not every person who's really into their faith makes Christian content. It just depends on the person. How can I become a weapon in regards to academics, faith, and in sport? What do you mean by a weapon? Why'd you stop minoxidil? Because my beard basically grew in. Mario, why is that when I start the gym after a month, I fall? Rephrase that better because I'm struggling to read that. Like good at them. Just good compared to who? Bro, what sport do you do? Football? No. I was doing MMA, but now, I just lift, man. I'm just trying to be healthy. Mario, your favorite saints? My brother likes Saint Augustine. I like Padre Pio. I don't know what his saint name is. Don't you want a full beard? It's still pretty patchy. I really don't care, dude. Like, this is the problem with the looks maxing and people who are obsessed over their looks, is that everything needs to be perfect. It's like, dude, it's not that deep. Do you do anything specifically to style your hair? No, I don't. It's just like, how much do you sleep, Mario? You look tired. I always look tired, dude. If I wanted to do like the under eye treatment, I could, but I genuinely always look tired. Whether it's been something I've been told since I was in middle school. I always look tired. Mario, how can I be a good Christian as a Protestant? Why are you limiting yourself to just Protestantism? You should be expanding. You should be open to Catholicism, which is the fullest of truth. Yo, Mario, are you a Roman Catholic or a Cradle Catholic? What's a cradle? I've never heard Cradle Catholic. Hi, Mario. My girlfriend caught me texting back my ex, and I had no intention to meet her, but how would you handle this? Dude, you got to take some response. Why are you texting your ex? You gotta be taking some responsibility. I'm going to be honest, dude. I'm on your girlfriend's side. That's just very disrespectful. And I think you need to apologize. Firstly, you need to take some responsibility. Like, why are you doing that? Because you need attention. Who is your confirmation saint? I'm in the process of getting confirmation now. I'm going to get it on Easter. I guess Cradle Catholic means being a Catholic since childhood. I wouldn't put that label on it though. That's kind of, how does that you can be Roman Catholic and Cradle Catholic if you want to deny it, kind of be there. Daniel Perez, appreciate the donation, brother. I'm skinny fat. Starting out going to the gym. I'm 6 foot, 220. What should my deficit? Can I pay for a consult? Yeah, dude. You can pay for a consult. You're better off just like, here we go. I'm gonna send the link here. Join this, Daniel. Join that. When you join that, there's gonna be a link to book a call with me, and you can book a call with me or my brother, whichever one you want. But yeah, 100%, I can definitely help you out, man. Repent by accepting Islam. I'm not gonna accept a religion that contradicts itself. Look it up, Islamic dilemma. Second, your prophet married a 6-year-old dude. What do you think about the Baptist church? I grew up Baptist, but I've been interested in Catholicism lately. you look, we're Christians. We're all Christians. I know with my content, it seems like anti-Protestant, but I'm making content within the Christian realm. And I think that Catholicism has the fullness of truth. Fullness of truth means it has all of the truth. With the Baptists, it's just not the fullness of truth. Um, Daniel, thank you for another donation. How much should my calorie deficit be? If you're skinny fat, you shouldn't even be on a deficit. I'll be straight up honest. He did not marry a 6-year-old. I guess I know your religion better than you. What fitness influencers would you consider promote natural and athletic bodybuilding? To be honest, the ones that do, I probably don't know because I was the only one that really made it like crazy, weirdly. Are you Hispanic or Arab? I'm Hispanic. What made you believe in God? I've kind of always had a belief in God. I feel like we all should, to a degree, we all believe in God, but it just depends if you make the choice. For me, I understood since a young age that God loved me because I was always reinforced that He did. So I always believed in God. Current favorite UFC fighter, Leon Edwards, Charles Oliveira. Hey, Mario, what do you think of Nick Fuentes? I've been asked this a couple times. And wait, my bad. I just zoned out there. I like his stuff. He's funny. His opinion on women is weird. Do you know Tom Beckles is in the fitness community? What do you mean by that? In the fitness community, what does that mean? Can you do a part 2 of the biblical way to manifest anything you want? Can you explain that a bit? Is there a part 2 that's needed? What do you think of clavicular? Clavicular is somebody who took insecurity to a different level. People don't realize you can take insecurity to a different level and then you'll succeed. But that doesn't mean it's good for you. Success isn't always good for you. Thoughts on smoking weed? It's incel behavior. It's cope. It's never productive. It's never a good idea. Mario, this keeps happening to me in the gym. Start gym, go hard for a month, and I fall sick, overtraining or diet related. To be honest, dude, I can't answer that straight up because I don't know enough information. I'm 26 years old. Do you think Catholicism should be the official religion of the USA? I think Christianity should be the official religion in the US. And the truth about that is that when we were a Christian nation, we didn't have abortion. We stopped having abortion. We didn't have this gay crap. And we were, when you can agree on morals in a country, you can enforce it. And we'd have less rape. We'd have less crime. So yes, we need that. Hey, Mario, what do you think of Eastern Orthodoxy? God bless. I think you guys and Catholics are very close, and I want to come together. I know the Pope wants us to. So, effing base, appreciate it. Thoughts on Islam? It's a false religion. Your prophet married a 6-year-old, and it is the Antichrist. There you go. And I know people are going to be upset by that, but it's the truth. Who are the guys on YouTube that help you come back to the church? I wouldn't say anybody on you. It was my own personal journey, but when it comes to learning more, then yes. Jesus prays to God and his Father and distinguishes himself from God, which suggests prophethood, not divinity. According to who? According to you with your own personal biases. Just a heads up, speaking in all caps doesn't make you smarter or make your point more emphatic. And then, yeah, Jesus Christ claimed to be, they killed him for claiming to be God, but if you want to expand it and make it dumb, by all means. What do you think most of men get wrong about women? That looks, money, status attracts all women. If you stop looking at dating from how many women I can get to getting the right woman, I promise you right now, you're going to start having less anxiety. You're going to start desiring women less in a good way, and you'll be able to filter out these women that make your life hell. No one said it wasn't in the Bible, bro. Rebecca married Joseph when she was a 3-year-old. No, that's not true. Again, you're Google ChatGPTing it. If you ask ChatGPT to come up with reasons why Islam is true and Christianity isn't, you're gonna find some answers. I know this analysis you're giving me is not even yours. Mario needs a moderator for these streams. I mean, I don't know. I don't care enough, dude. Thoughts on Trump? I'm not a big fan of him anymore. I think a lot of the Republicans are like that, where they were fans of Trump, and then with time, now they're not as much. Thoughts on Nick Fuentes' views on everything besides women? They're based views. With the Charlie Kirk killing, I think that was a little sus though how he acted. I'm not gonna lie, but that one could get me canceled by the moderators of YouTube, so I'm not even gonna play it. Are you into politics? No, I'm into religion because when you go down the rabbit hole of politics, you end up coming down to religion. How to stop all bad habits? You need to be accountable. Look, for a lot of you can't stop all bad habits, firstly, but you can limit them. And second, the reason you can't stop your bad habits is because you don't have purpose and you don't have a goal. If you don't have a goal, of course you're going to get into that spot. Joseph, I appreciate it, bro. And Joseph, if you're not in the free community, if anybody here's not in the free community, check out the free community. There's my free course is in there. I feel like most people don't know about the free community. Can I pin this? Get my free course. Give me 1 second. Free course. Boom. Can I pin that? If you haven't joined that, there we go. All right. If you guys have not joined the free community, definitely do that. Favorite TV show? I liked Friends, but Friends is it drives the sexual revolution. How to get over a breakup? She was a godly woman and kind that you would pray for. 3 years long distance, remembering stuff hurts, and then get physically sick at the thought of her with somebody else. Go watch my breakup video. Get in my free course too, dude. There's stuff that'll help you with that. The truth is, dude, if she was meant for you, she would have stayed. God doesn't take stuff that's meant for you. And you're putting a lot of your self-worth onto her, and that's why it hurts. It doesn't hurt because of who she is. It's who you think she is and what she meant for how you feel. Mario, what's the difference between Orthodox and Catholic Christianity? The papacy, so the priest. The Orthodox don't believe that the Holy Spirit comes from the Father and the Son, just the Father. Those are the main two. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". But okay, really quick for you guys. Let me go. Can I get a poll here? Yeah, let's get a poll here. All right. Do you guys say your height without shoes or with shoes? Let's see here. All right. Mark, can you dunk? Not even close. 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. Dude, that's like saying, hey, I have a nose, I have a mouth, I have ears, but they're different beings. No, they're different things, but one being, which is me. Okay, dude, I saw this video where this girl was saying she was 6'1", and this basketball player was saying he was 6'5", and they didn't believe each other, so they measured their heights, and they measured their heights with shoes on. It's like, no one marries their height with shoes on. Barca 1184, appreciate the donation. The reason why many people are no longer religious or spiritual is because science humanity limits itself to only the 5 senses, which I find sad. That's a base take. That's true, dude. We have 5 senses. It's only what we can fathom. There's some animals that can see like different types of things, like ultramagnetic rays and stuff like that. So it's like animals can see different things. There is no analogy for the Trinity. Every analogy is heresy. Yeah, the Lord, understanding the Trinity is beyond human reason. Do you use Twitter? Not really. What do you think of people that believe in God but still don't trust him 100%? They believe in God, but they want to live for themselves. They want to worship themselves. That's what that means. Your opinion on vegan gains? He made a video on me, but he hasn't been that out there recently, so I don't know. Do you have any current strength goals? I'm honestly just lifting because it makes me feel good and I'm trying to be healthy. There's a saint named Pasios, and he said, live simply without thinking too much, like a child with his father. Faith without too much thinking works wonders. Yeah, because if you're not, that's like presence, right? If you're present, then you can live life. But if you're not present, if you think too much about the past and the future, you can't live life well. And then you start doubting, right? You start doubting what happened in the past. You start doubting what's happening in the future. You worry. That's the thing. You do plyos and stuff? No, I know how to teach people to do plyos, I guess. I don't hate on religions. Then you have no values, dude. That means you don't believe in anything. if you don't hate religion. If you don't hate other religions, then yeah, you don't have any values, dude. Mario, are you Eastern Catholic or Roman? I'm Roman Catholic. Do you listen to religious music? I mean, at church, sometimes I like some stuff, but I feel like a lot of the gospel music can be kind of. I don't want to go down that route, but I think that at least the gospel music centered masses are weird. The best way I found to understand the Trinity is like a quant. Well, again, understanding the Trinity is to a large degree beyond human reason. Are you aware of Godis? I think he made a video on me. Is that the guy? Hate. You mean disbelieve in other religions, not hate? Dude, if you're not upset when people are trying to drag your brothers and sisters in Christ away from Christ, then you have you don't believe in anything. Why don't you hate on this religion which is Islam, that has them raping people, that has them killing people? Look what they're doing in Nigeria. That's if you listen to the Quran, that's what they do. Are you aware of Turkey Tom? Yeah, I've heard of him. I know he does like commentary stuff. Mario, I know God's timing is perfect and everything, but sometimes it's difficult to keep waiting. What do you think I should do to help with this? Keep praying and get closer to God. God doesn't have you waiting just to twiddle your thumbs, right? God has you waiting for a specific reason, and you need to make the most of that. So get into his word, go to church, pray more. Raping people, killing people, you're uneducated. No, it's not, dude. Read the Quran. You know they're allowed to rape people when they conquest certain regions. They're allowed to kill people who don't believe. They're also asked to kill people who convert away from Islam. The fact that you say that just shows how little you know about the religion. Do you read the Quran? Why would I'm a Christian. Yeah, of course I'm right about Islam. I'm just telling you how it is. Go read the Quran. If you find these verses, they're there. But of course, if the hardcore Muslims know what I'm saying is right. What's your end goal? I have goals, right? But I'm reading a book, and you should focus on the process a little bit more than the goals, right? So if you want to be a millionaire, right? Stop focusing so much on the millions and focus on doing the things every day to get there. Visualize the process versus visualizing the goal. Dude, you understand that with Muslims, on average, it takes a Muslim convert 5 years to leave the religion after they start reading the religion. They start getting into the religion. And with Islam, the only reason people who are Muslim is because they're born into it. No one actually converts into Islam and really stays. On average, they leave after 5 years. I'm just saying. And chances are, if you're Muslim, you're born into it, because that's the only reason you would accept that religion. Because when you start to get into it, you realize, oh man, like this is demonic. When did your spiritual awakening start? Started last year. But I've always had God in my mind, always. Hey there, keep safe. God bless. I enjoy your content for a while. Appreciate it, brother. No, it's not a lie. You wish it was. You understand, Islam converts people through force. They do war. They go to war. That's how they go. Look at Nigeria. Go look at what the Muslims are doing there, and tell me that's a peaceful religion. Go see how many rapes there are in the UK after Muslims started going in there. It's not the Muslims. It's the religion. The religion is demonic. Yeah, it's the fastest growing based on birth rate. Muslims on average have 8 kids per family. The Christian families have about 1.5 in Europe. They're trying to get the Muslims to suppress the Europeans. It's not cap. You wish it was. You wish it was. Look what Muslims are doing in Nigeria. You guys have killed 100,000 Nigerian Christians in the last 10 years. Really, really peaceful religion that is. Really, really peaceful. Who do you look up to the most right now, religiously, morally, and physique-wise? I don't really look up to anyone physique-wise, man. I'm starting to realize that that's just really vain. Morally, Jesus Christ. Religiously, Jesus Christ. Mario's base, appreciate it. I'm not gonna play nice with these with Islam, which is the demonic religion. Bro is so confident without any stats to back. I told you, go look it up. How many Christians have been killed in Nigeria by Muslims? Go look how many rapes there have been in the UK by Muslims. Mario, how to break free from the sloth? Join the free community at the top, bro. There's courses there that can help you more than just one simple answer from me. Debate any. You understand? You're Muslim. Ask Christians. It verifies the Bible. You know that, right? Let me. If I could probably pull up the exact verse too. That might take a second though. Oh. Catholicism. Yep, it is. Purposeful path. You were the one who's not it. Yeah. This guy keeps asking for proof. Go, dude. 100. Let me get the proof. Let me get the proof. One second. All right. Let me. I think I can share a screen here. All right. You guys can see this. Over 50,000 massacred in Nigeria for being Christian in the last 14 years. That is Muslims, okay? That's what they do. Because it's the religion is demonic. I don't even we do need another crusade. It's like what do you want me to do with that? Like yeah, it is how to deal with my crush. How old are you? Because that kind of uh, analyzes it. The Trinity is false according to who? You? It's crazy. Mario, I'm Hindu by religion. It is amazing to see you preach the concept of God and divine. We also believe, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to believe in Christ, not in whatever gods you believe in. Yeah, the only problem with the Gen Z coming back to the church, dude, is that a lot of them, they're coming back into glorified lukewarm Christianity, which is like the concert worship thing. I just don't believe in Christianity because there's a thing I don't agree with. I'm jealous of people that just can't believe. Explain that a little bit deeper. Yup, Christian, you're spot on the money. I believe in astrology. Oh man, that's all I can say to that. That's crazy, dude. Who invented astrology, dude? What do you mean by crusades? Crusade is when the Christians went. So the Islamic aggression led to them conquering like Syria, Jordan, all these nations, and we needed to get those nations back. So we had to go and protect the Christians there and get God's land back. That's what the crusade was. How do I talk to God? You pray. Yeah, there you go. You pray. That easy. What do you say about the Bible having multiple versions? They're different translations. You can go look back at the Dead Sea Scrolls, which existed before Jesus, and when you find it, you realize the translations are there's only minor translations that don't impact the meaning of the verse. From the river to the sea, Aisha was 9, Muhammad was 53. Crazy, dude. Even if you agree on Christianity, how would you know which denomination to support, Mario? Because you just go through apostolic succession. We know Jesus gave authority to Peter. If you go look at the Bible, right, it's clear. Jesus didn't just say peace out. He gave authority to Peter. And then Peter gave authority to this person and this person and this person. And when you go down the succession, you trace it down, you realize it goes right back to Christ. Therefore, the Catholic Church is Jesus' church. Do you believe in the afterlife? The afterlife is 100% real. This is a test. Our home is in heaven. And people are failing this test. Too many people are failing this test. Bro, but Mara, do I search on Google was the first religion on earth? There are other beliefs that Christianity as well. God is one, but called by different names by different. Look up who founded the Catholic Church and tell me what comes up. Your sources are fake, by the way. It's crazy how much personal biases can influence people to the point where they straight up deny what the truth is because their pride is too great. It's crazy. All right. Let me pull this one thing up for you Muslims in the. I'm gonna. Let me find this. Yeah, honestly, I would deny facts too if. Honestly, they completely ruin everything that you believe in, but it's just the truth, man. And believe it or not, I say it not because I want you to come to Christ. It's that simple. All right. Let me share screen here. All right. If you guys can see this. Once you guys can see it, I'll play it. But he talks about the because on this it talks about the Islamic dilemma. So I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me that you guys can see it. Well, I'm not even going to show. It doesn't seem like you guys really want to care about that thing in particular. Why does bro look like infinite lists? I have a Rosie that was blessed by Pope Benedict. Amazing, dude. By the way, if you guys have not joined the free community, you get access to my free course. It's at the top here. It's also in the description. So if you haven't joined yet, request to join, and I'll get you guys in there as soon as possible. I'm a lifetime natty. Why do people claim TRT is natural? Because it's cope. You said my audio cut out. Can you guys hear me? Let me just make sure you guys can hear me because someone said. Okay, someone said they couldn't hear me. Are you Mexican? No. And I'm Catholic and criticizing people for believing that what they were taught growing up. That's a stupid question, dude. Because it's like if someone's taught something wrong and I correct them, oh, I'm a bad person. That's dumb. Anyways. Okay, I'm back on though. Okay, cool. Cool. Why do you think people that don't believe in Jesus deserve to go to hell? Do we all deserve to go to hell? We all do. We've all sinned. We've all lied. We've all made mistakes. We've made mistakes on purpose. We're all damned to hell. And God loves you so much that he sent his only son to die on the cross for you so you could go to heaven. All you have to do is believe in him. That's it. We have the easy job. It's already done. But if you have too much pride to accept the gift, then you can't help anybody. So no, God doesn't send anybody to hell. Hell is a personal decision that somebody made. Yeah, we're all sinners, but we are saved through God alone. That's it. By the way, if you guys have questions on workout structure, again, the free course is there that'll help you get it done. Okay, but nobody's perfect. We're also good to some extent. You think people are 100% evil? Dude, we're all evil. You understand that? To deem yourself a good person requires a different level of pride to where you believe you're a god. None of us are good people. We've all made mistakes. Just because you think you're a good person doesn't make you one. If I choose the wrong religion, will I go to hell or what? I'm very confused. If you try your best and choose the wrong religion, then no, you wouldn't. But I'm telling you right now, and you're going to be responsible for this, the true religion is Christianity. And now you know. Now it's up to you. This guy, purposeful path, it's like, dude, your religion rapes people, they kill people. I just don't know what to tell you, dude. Like you have to be blind because you have a lens because you were born into a demonic religion. And I'll pray for you, man. Are you going to heaven? I don't know. I can't speak for God. Only God knows. I've always been a Christian, dude, but I was like a lukewarm Christian for a long time. Dude, I just showed you that your people are killing people in Nigeria. Your people kill people. It's like I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like I can't show you now, but your religion kills people. But don't worry, there's people like Sam Shamoon. Look up Sam Shamoon. He'll show you everything that Islam is about. Again, that doesn't make Muslims bad. The religion is really, really demonic. It is demonic. You can project all you want, dude, but I'm trying to help you. Thank you for telling me to enjoy my Christian audience. I appreciate it, dude. I'm trying to help you guys, but I can't if your pride gets in the way. It's really, really sad to see this. The level of commitment to a religion that kills people is crazy. That's just the reality of it. What's your opinion on the debates with Christianity and Islam, and what pros and cons will you give Islam? How can Islam have a pro? It has no pros. Dude, you know what's funny? Islam will tell you that Jesus comes back on the last day, not Muhammad. In the Quran, it says Jesus can make life, but it also says Allah can make life. Only Allah. So if only Allah can make life, but Jesus made life, then Jesus is God. It also says in the Quran that Jesus judges on the last day, but only Allah can judge on the last day. Jesus can judge, only Allah can judge. It's telling you who's God in the Quran. Mario, I agree with you, but how do you expect others to convert when you call Islam demonic? Dude, I'm not going to. It's like you're telling me to be a nice guy, like a little nice guy who steps on eggshells. I'm not going to do that, dude. I'm literally not. If I'm not going to be nice to a religion that kills Christians, dude, you need to stand on your faith. How am I muted? I don't. I think it's only on you. Hassan, why are you worried about my look so much? It's weird. Yeah, I'm not muted, Andres. It's you. Uh, purposeful path. I can tell you're not even 20 years old because you're speaking in all caps. Honestly, Mario, kind of convinced me to turn to Catholicism. God bless you, dude. God bless. Jesus is God. Mario, which is the most aesthetic muscle group between chest, back, or shoulders? Pick one most. I've talked about it before. Shoulders, for sure. I can never be Muslim. The Quran says Christians to follow the gospel, but says the gospel is corrupted. Once you see it, yeah, that's called the Islamic dilemma. Yeah, I did trigger all the Muslim fanboys. Again, you respect Muslims, but I'm not going to respect the religion that's demonic. Martine's doing good. And then Hassan is worried about how I look so much. It's weird. It's like the weird people who make the looks max people who like talk about people's looks. It's very weird. Any advice on good pre-workout, like what to look for in one? I just use gorilla mode if that helps you. How it isn't supposed to. Okay. Okay, stop talking about religion now, okay? If you want to stop talking about religion, you can make your own channel, dude. What women have not? What kind of questions is that? Look at the Talmud. I've seen it. I've seen it. Also demonic. Did you still do kickboxing? Not really. You did not fall off or get the haters, dude. It's like there's a first of all, fall off is subjective. Second, there's a book called Outwitting the Devil that talks about how drifters or people who don't take life by the neck, they criticize those who go after their calling. I'm not going around on people's YouTube and saying, "Hey, you fell off." That's like you if you were really focused on what you were doing, you wouldn't care. I just make the content I want to make independent of what people want to say. See, all these people who are Muslim in the chat, you can tell by their names they were born into it. That's the only way someone still is Muslim. It's cool that you defend the Catholic base, badass, bro. Appreciate it. What's the book called? Outwitting the Devil. It's a great book. Thoughts on Hinduism. It's not Christianity. My stepdad is Muslim. I'm not religious, but I would love to hear Christian teach me about religion. How do I start? What should I do? Listen to this YouTuber called, I got you. I'm going to type it in the chat. That's the one that you should do. This guy says he's a white convert. Dude, you're not fooling anybody. Is being part of LGBTQ a sin? I've heard about it from other channels, but since you are live, I just want to hear the truth. Thanks. God bless. God bless you too, brother. Yeah, it is. Because you're mocking God when you promote LGBTQ. So yeah, it is a sin and you're mocking God when you promote it. What do you think of science? I mean, again, it's not, you're making yourself your own God. How do you deny Eucharistic miracles? Hosts can't bleed. Priests decline their entire life. I mean, Eucharistic miracles just make it evidently clear that Catholicism is the way. Thoughts on Cliff Kneckley? From like in bringing people to Christ perspective, he's very good. But when it comes to the actual like theology of Christianity, no, he's not good. Next time, don't talk anything about Islam if you don't anything. Otherwise, you're making a fool of yourself. Whatever, dude. I honestly don't care what you have to say when I'm not going to speak well of a religion that promotes marrying a 6-year-old. That's my thing. What's your opinion on trans? Again, there's two genders, man. God made you perfect. You don't need to switch your gender. Bro, I'm 14. I'm Jew. My parents are divorced. I feel empty and stuck at life. I feel depressed. What can I do to get excellent life? Can you help me, please? You don't need an excellent. You need Jesus, man. Yeah, I am the Abraham Lincoln of the fitness industry. That's true. Yeah, Islam is promoting child. I know that it is promoting child marriage. Islam, it promotes the, hey, I just joined. Can you tell me why Catholicism over Eastern Orthodoxy? Because it's the church Jesus founded. But to be honest, the dogma means the main things of Orthodoxy is good, but Catholicism has the fullness of truth. And I think it's the church that Jesus founded at the end of the day. What is your goal in 2026? To be more present, to love more, to live every day to its fullest. And that's it. I'm starting to realize that there's a point where your goal is actually hurting you because you think that it'll complete you versus just appreciating every day for what it is. Mario, how do you sell social media training? Well, you need to build your brand first. You need to you need to be good at what you do and then make content for that you love, right? And then you'll see. Take every day step by step. Commit your work to the Lord. There's a proverb that says, commit your work to the Lord's, and then he'll establish your steps. Just focus on that. Thoughts on the COVID vaccine? It was the way for the world to see what we would put up with. That's all I'll say. What women have not menstruated, dude? You need to do some self-reflection if you're asking me that question. Have you studied your downfall? It hasn't happened, so it's kind of weird how you're asking me that question. Again, read Outwitting the Devil, dude. Why are you asking another man about his downfall when I don't know who you are? It's very strange. What do you think of autism? It's a very weird question, dude. Why did two people ask me about autism? That's a weird question. Brother, I believe on your understanding on your beliefs, but how will you approach effective in converting Muslims? You understand that these people are not that came in here. They're not people that are going to convert. And also, who are you to say what the best way of conversion is? There's people who want to be heretical to my Lord Jesus Christ, yet I'm supposed to stand here and not defend him. No, I'm not going to do that, dude. Again, if you want to do it your own way, you can. But I think it's weird that you try and tell me how to do stuff when, I'll be honest, I'm older. I know how to handle this. And honestly, I'm going to be unapologetically myself. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You can do things your way and I can do things my way. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't believe that people are the one and only thing on earth that has a purpose just because we're conscious. I don't think we're above animals in that sense. I don't think heaven and hell exist. Again, everything's I think. You're not smarter than God. You have to be humble and realize you don't know everything. And that's it. And Brandon, you see, this is what I told you. Look at the comments and tell me how am I. Let me be a lovey-dovey and see what happens. Favorite book of the Bible? I like Colossians a lot. And again, if you guys haven't joined the free community, check it out if you haven't already. So you're in the same limit that you say that Muslims in the comments are? Don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what that means. Hope I'm not being... No, you're not being annoying, bro. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm not going to, defend myself. I'm going to approach it the way I want to approach it. If you don't agree, that's completely fine. It's like there's nothing wrong with... And it's good that you have your own point of view. That's important. Being able to think for yourself and not to just take what I say for it is important. Signs that you've healed, you value external... You put less importance on things of the world. That's what I'll say. If you think 6'7" is funny, it's weird. It's weird. Mario, how do you deal with burnout? You have to understand why you burnt out. You have to, it involves self-reflection. Dude, I have to put this guy in a timeout. Dude, I don't care if you want to talk about anything, but don't spam the chat. That's different. You can talk about anything you want. But I just don't care. Yeah, I didn't ban him. I gave him a 1-minute timeout. That should at least give him a quick. Because again, I don't care if you want to come in here and chat, even if you don't agree with me. West Ham are trash. Do some reflection and why are you telling me that? What's the point? I just don't understand what the productivity of that is. It's a very weird thing to just go out and tell somebody. Favorite Bible verse, Galatians 1:10, that if you're serving people over Christ, you need that you're not. I forgot. I don't know. I'm just blanking, dude. I'm about to burn out over here. But yeah, Galatians 1:10. Okay, but West Ham are trash. Again, weird, man. This is weird. Yeah, no, Brandon, you're not being annoying, dude. West Ham are awful. I never claimed they were good. Thoughts on Arsenal's performance in the Prem this season? They're not good, dude. They farm corners. They're good defensively. Um, and then they're lucky. Everybody else is at the top is not doing well. Hey, bro, love your content. You helped me a lot in my fitness journey. I appreciate it, man. This is a discussion, not an argument. Yeah, true. You believe in love at first sight? No, I believe in lust at first sight. Look, it's like, dude, like I can't do much with this dude because look, this guy is just spamming the chat and he's the one that's promoting Islam. It's like it's very immature. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely 13. Like again, like I can have discussions with people, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every Muslim argument has zero evidence, but they want to start spamming, putting things in all caps. If you had a friend struggling with lust, what would your advice be to them? Go to confession, read the consecration of Saint Joseph for 30 days. That's what I would tell them. Yeah, Martinez, does misogyny make you evil? Can you explain that more? Because if you ask me broad questions, there's no answer that's good. It's like asking me like, is soccer good? What does that mean, right? You have to ask me a question that Muslim dude's annoying. Um, he's more immature than anything. It's not. It's less about him being. I mean, I guess that is annoying. Yeah, that's fair. How does God prepare you before relationships? He helps you control your lust. He helps you go through storms so that you can help her and you can lead her. There's a good question up there. Have you felt lonely? How did it get better? You find God and you realize that loneliness is the pain of wanting to face or facing yourself. That's what loneliness is. Once you recognize loneliness for what it is, which is that, you can approach it better. Loneliness isn't a lack of people, it is a fear of yourself. What modern politician would you say represents your values the best? My only issue is every politician serves themselves over the people, so it's hard. Is dating biblical or not really? Not it's not in there, so not really. What sports do you watch apart from MMA and soccer? Basketball. Yeah, yeah, it would just be basketball. You need to calm down a bit. I'm just being myself, dude. If you want to be sensitive, you can leave. How do we redeem the degenerate like serial killers? How do we redeem? That's up to God. That's not up to us. I like the Raptors, Kamel. Or P. Diddy. Just want why is that the top of your list for questions? Because I feel like you could ask a better question. Again, if you want me to be lovey dovey, there's definitely somebody else you can watch. What's up, Ruger? Danny, how's it going? Have you ever had any injuries from mistakes in the gym? We all have, but it's more for me more niggles because I don't lift like an ego lifter. I get injured from sports more, not really lifting. That's why 79 people are only in here because of you yourself. Okay, you start a stream and then we'll see how many people join. What's your favorite movies? I'm not a big movie guy to be honest, but damn, dude, that's how much I'm not into movies. What do you think of people embarrassing themselves on the internet? Speed, Jinxie. What do you mean by embarrassing themselves? Because again, that's subjective. Therefore, it's like you could say anybody's embarrassing themselves. That doesn't make them a fact. Do you believe the Catholic Church is infallible as it's guided by the Holy Spirit? What do you mean by infallible? The doctrine is infallible, but that doesn't mean the church itself is infallible. It won't fall, but what is your patron saint? Who is? What is? I have to have a saint picked out by Easter, but right now it's Padre Pio. I mean, acting like a little kid for views, even though they're 20 plus. I mean, you're judging when you can't really relate. Imagine you're getting lots of views and money from acting like a little kid on stream. I'm sure. I'm telling you right now, 99% of people would. So, do you support the death penalty? For me, yes. Um, I'll take the stance that the Catholic Church does. For me, I don't. How can you be pro-life if you're for the death penalty? Why do we get to control someone's life? That should be up to God, not us. Do you worship saints? No. That's a straw man, by the way. Okay, dude. I tried with this guy. Thoughts on abortions? I mean, again, you're killing a baby. It's that simple. My friend sent me a video that said why weed isn't a sin, and it had that. Dude, anybody can say it's something's not a sin, but again, that's what happens when you leave things into personal interpretation versus listening to God. And also, why would you want to? Honestly, dude, it sounds like you want to find reasons on why, or your friend at least wants to find reasons on why they can smoke weed. So many people want me to convert to Islam. It's just a lot of pressure. What do I do? Don't get peer pressured. Make the decisions for you. Don't let anybody make decisions for you. How do you find purpose in life? You pray, you continue to improve, and see what you're good at and what you can help people with. It's very weird that you guys are asking about weed being a sin. It's very, it's like you're trying to find excuses on like why to smoke weed. I think it's weird. Catholic biggest heresy: faith alone saves. Is it a sin if someone asks what your opinions on our trans people and I say something like I don't mind it? Could it be considered to God that I'm not spreading His true word and expectations? You're guiding someone to a sin, so yes, that's a sin because you're responsible. The artist, bro, I'm 16, 6'2", I have a decent physique. I can't stop looking at my physique. I'm obsessed. Is it unbiblical? How do I fix it? Please help me. Join the community, bro. If you join the community, I can definitely help you more one-on-one. It's free. It's the free community at the top here. But don't say it's unbiblical. It's a sin, yes, because your physique has become an idol. I know that because it used to be for me. Don't obsess too much over sin. Mario, I just want to thank you. You changed my life. Appreciate it, bro. What do you think about friends and friendships? I don't have a single friend from the past year. Well, you're putting too much importance onto it, right? Like, friends will come. Friends will come, but you need to be a friend. You need to be your own friend first. You need to be God's friend first. You need to have a relationship with God. But how it works is you need to have a relationship with God, then you can have a relationship with yourself, then you can have a relationship with others. If the top isn't good or the second step, you won't be able to relate to people. Mark, for all the heated arguments you engage with these Muslims, could you ever befriend them? It's not that deep. And also, like, look, we love thy neighbor. That doesn't mean I'm going to love their religion. That's guiding them down the wrong path. But the truth is, it's that you want your friends to be someone who you relate to. You have the same values as. That's just how it is. But I'm not going to be like, oh, this person's this. I'm going to relate to people who have the same relationship with God or Jesus, both. Thank you. See, that guy answered exactly. Hey, Mar, I'm a late bloomer. I struggle with confidence. What would you recommend as someone who's been in a similar situation? Jesus is king. Great question. And that's probably the best question that's been asked today because I can help you with that. The biggest thing I can tell you with that is don't let that make you believe that looks are everything, because they're not. The issue with that primarily is, for me, I thought that I'd get more confidence and people would respect me more if when I hit, puberty, right? But it's only what you believe. It's like you have glasses on. You have the glasses on that being a late bloomer is stopping me. You need to take those off and realize, oh, I get to, there's advantages. There's a seed of an equivalent success to every failure. And you're going to hit puberty eventually. But you also need to remember that your looks aren't everything, and you cannot let it have too much power over you. I hope I answered that well. Join the community, by the way. I can maybe answer that better. It's the free community. How do I stop being negative myself? Like, what's the best way to overcome this through God? Keep praying on it, but also remember that the negative that you have that's the devil, dude. That's not your own thoughts. The worst thing you can do is believe that those are your own thoughts. Once you do, then they have less power over you. Your negative thoughts aren't you. Is it bad to looks? My ex is a Christian. Do religious women care about looks? I mean, you want to take care of yourself, but if it becomes an obsession, then it's always bad. Looks maxing, start health maxing. If you health max, then you're going to start looking better as a byproduct of it, but it's not your identity. Are you still gay for Kawhi Leonard? That's a weird question. Thoughts on fasting? It is a great tool that everyone should use. I have a friend who says God isn't real. If God was real, I would have had a much easier childhood. Would your take on that be? It's just a victim mindset. Like, for example, so many people will be like, I'm depressed, and then blame God for it when it's a consequence of your decisions. It's like, oh, if I'm fat, I'm going to be depressed. If I don't work hard and I just sit in bed all day, I'm going to be depressed. You have to take accountability for your life, and this person's just not, and making God the scapegoat. And it's great. Does my reading my Bible help me get closer to God? It does. But also going to church, going to mass, going to a Catholic mass. How do I feel happy from within? If you haven't already, Hamid or whatever, join the free community. I go over that, because the reason you're not happy from within is because you have wounds that are preventing you from it. It's resisting the happiness. And I go over that. All right, I'm going to answer a couple more and we'll call it there. How do you overcome lust? You continually pray. You make your life a little bit more busy, and also you have to toughen up a bit. If you're not toughening up, like so many people act soft, and then they wonder why they can't overcome lust. You have to be tough. You got to be tough. It's not easy. What do you think a man should look for in a woman? Read Proverbs 31 in the Bible, and that'll tell you. Sometimes external factors like parental abuse can also affect childhood, not taking away from God, but there's a reason my friend went through it all. God tests us. You have to realize that not everything's from God. And also there's free will, right? Her parents unfortunately had the choice to abuse them. That doesn't make, it's like me, if I slapped you in the face right now, that's not God's hitting you and making your life difficult. That's just me doing evil. You have to remember that as well. It's crazy because the only person that loses from that way of thinking is the person who's making themselves the victim. By the way, if I haven't gotten to your question, join the free community at the top. How can I get more into my religion? I'm not Christian, but asking for general advice. I haven't been really faithful for a long period of time, and it shows in problems in life and suffering. Faith is a muscle, okay? You build faith. You're not going to be a saint overnight. You keep praying, keep learning more. Watch my content, go to church, make faith one of the most important things of your life, and then you'll grow. But it comes. Just sucks because I thought I lost a godly woman that I thought would be my wife, but honestly, I probably wasn't ready for it. You weren't. If you were, God would have made it work. And you have to take responsibility for that. If you watch my breakup video, you see that you need to take responsibility. Men don't take responsibility enough for their breakups. Once you do, you're going to start you're you're gonna start becoming that man. But God is waiting for you to be like, you know what? You took that girl out of my life, and I know why you did it. Help me grow now to a guy that would have been able to hold on to her, which I want to do for my future woman. Then you'll be better. Mario, how do we as people stop chasing validation? You need to heal. Check out the free community at the top. Click on it, join it, and when you get in there, go take a look at my course. Bro, you're a huge inspiration for me. Appreciate it. Jesus King, this dream was great. It was. I definitely went at Islam, but that needed to be said. I needed this. I needed to do it. All right, I'll answer one or two more questions, and then we will call it there. My brother has videos on posture and bench press. Mark, should I bulk or cut? I have 30% body fat or low muscle mass. Dude, if you have, I'm going to be completely honest with you, dude. If you have 30% body fat and low muscle mass, you are out of shape. You shouldn't even be focusing on bulking or cutting. You need to be focusing on getting healthy. Will you do more of these streams? I'll probably do them in the community and just have like a Q&A in there. So Jesus Builds, join the free community. It's the pinned comment and it's in the description. Everybody who's in here, join the free community and we'll go from there. What makes you believe the Catholic Church is the truest church? Because Jesus founded it. That's why. But I don't feel happy because of FOMO. I think everyone is having fun and doing fun things, but I'm just lying in bed. That's going to be the last. Yeah, so I've been there, dude. I've been there. That's why I keep telling you to join I don't know if you have already, but join the free course. And when you get in there, you'll see. But you have an idea. You're wearing a lens in your life of, I need XYZ to be happy. Your life isn't more complete if you are more social, if you have a girlfriend, if your life is more, I guess, social, I guess. The only reason you think that is because you think that. But if you start to get to this perspective where my self-worth or my life is complete because of XYZ, okay, cool, you join now, then you'll realize that like they're not. So many guys, I'll give an example. So many guys think if I have sex with this girl, my life will be complete because it's an experience that I want. But that's just not true. And you need to heal to get there. So definitely heal on that. Thoughts on Protestantism? It's not the fullness of truth. It was built off of the Catholic Church and then took stuff away that it just didn't like. What scripture? It's very easy, dude. It's Matthew 16:18. The gates of hell will not, I'm going to build my church on you, which is Peter, and the gates of hell will not prevail against my church. You do apostolic succession, you realize Jesus gave authority of his church to Peter, and then you trace the line of popes all the way down, and it comes down to Peter. That's how you know. How do you heal? Check out the free course, dude. Thoughts on Mormonism? It's not Christianity. Do some people need good mental health to achieve their goals, or can they achieve their goals without good mental health, achieving to fill the void? You can, but you'll never be fulfilled, so what's the point? If you want to actually have goals and succeed where it actually means something to you, you need good mental health, and that's why I have it in my course. You said faith isn't enough to be saved. What is also needed? Please explain that to me. Very simple. You need to obey God. For example, God says, give to the poor. You need to give to the poor. God says that you need to not have sex till marriage. You need to wait till marriage to have sex. God says you need to be baptized to be saved. You need to be baptized. God says you need to eat his body and his flesh through the Eucharist. You need to get those. You need to receive those. So it's the answer to your question is it's very simple. All you need to do is obey God, and you will be good. See, if you ask me if I assumed, I just gave you the verse. I explained to you what the verse, how you find what it means, and then you're just saying that. This is how it's been taught for 1,500 years, 2,000 years, until if you really want to go that far. But, it's like you your pride is getting in the way because you need certain things to be told to you. It's like it's at the point where no matter what I tell you, it just won't work. Raphael, thoughts on Charlie Kirk? Rest in peace. By the way, the Greek word for believe also means yeah, it means to live for. Great comment there. Appreciate you, brother. All right. If you guys have not joined the free course, check out the free course right now. It's the pinned comment in the description as well. I want many people as possible to get in there. Take my healing course, take my brother's fitness course, and I promise you're going to start ascending. How do you join the free course? It's the link, the pin link, and it's also in the description of this video. Should we follow the Pope? We're not following the Pope. We're following Jesus, but the Pope why does every ship have a captain? Because you need someone to lead you. Jesus gave someone authority to lead us, which was Peter. You do an apostolic succession, you realize it comes to our Pope now. So the Pope is helping us follow Jesus. He's leading us, and that's it. You see, you have these preconceived notions, dude. Yeah, your membership is pending because we have to accept it, which we'll do soon. Yeah. Here, don't worry. I got you, brother. I got you. It's pending because we don't want people who spam. Because people do spam. All right, I approved it. Yep. All right. But wait, who has not joined the free community? You guys need to join the free community. There's so much stuff there. Do you read any other? Yeah, I read books other than the Bible. Thanks, bro. You're good. Yeah. Brandon, I think you're in the free community. I might start doing the streams there, but if not, who knows? You're joining? Cool. I didn't join. It says I can't. You can. If you couldn't join for some reason, you must have done something in there. That's the. I assume everyone's saying stuff about Catholics worshiping Mary is Muslim. Probably. Brandon, have you looked at the new courses? The brand new ones. What diet habit is the worst for building muscle? How about this? Ask me what diet habit is the best for building muscle, and I'll answer that. No, I don't know who that is, Brandon. You still beefing with the Rizzler? No. What diet habit is the best for building muscle? Great question, brother. So the best diet habit for building muscle is, honestly, meat, red meat. I'm going to tell you that right now from my own personal experience. Red meat. And then carbs, fast digesting carbs before and after your workout. Where did you change your paid program from $33 to $50 some dollars? Yeah, because it was a Christmas special that was, and I told people, I was like, it's not gonna be the same. How does content influence you? It did, but it helped me get here. And that's it, because I was a fitness YouTuber and his fitness advice sucks. So, the Pope prayed to Mary, or did you miss out? I can bet that you're under 15. Thoughts on Hamza now? Not someone you should be following. Sometimes I can't fully comprehend what Jesus did for me. I feel like I'm not grateful or something, and it really hurts. I'm sharing this with you to understand how you view that Jesus did for you. Have you watched Passion of the Christ? If you haven't, that'll help. What do you think of interracial relationships as a lot of Christians say it shouldn't happen? It doesn't say it in the Bible. It's about marrying someone who's equally yoked in Christ. That's what's important. You want to marry you want to have a relationship with someone who loves Christ. That's it. Yeah, a bit different because I never got together with a girl, but regardless, like I said, I wasn't ready. But even when I did try and get closer to God, I kept running into her and it felt like egging. You're putting too much importance onto this girl, dude. And I say that in the nicest way possible. And I say that because you're putting feelings onto her that you had. Like, for example, you didn't, how do I say this? You didn't feel, you liked who you were with her. You didn't like her. Since you're now less focused on vanity, are you still trying to get to 10% body fat, whatever, whenever you cut? I don't really focus on cutting anymore. Is swearing allowed in Christianity? It's intent, right? If I said F you, Raphael, and I meant it, that's a sin. But if I was just like, this burger is effing amazing, no, that's fine. It's all about intent. Have you watched Jesus and whatnot? Yeah, I have. If you're afraid to start an online business, you have to ask yourself if you really want to. Because if you really want to, you'll go through the fear. You don't think I was afraid? It's not fear. It's the old version of you trying to cling on because your brain and your life wants to what's familiar, not what's good for you. Do you think you could beat Tate in a boxing match after what I saw? Maybe. This guy said you swear all the time, stop coping. I just explained that it's sin with cussing is the intent, not the word. But this guy has a negative view of whatever I do. I could help the homeless and there'd be a problem with it. He would say it's my ego helping the home. It's like, and I've learned that with content that you can't, there's people who hate you for no reason. And that's just the reality of, it's just a reality of the world. Do you not like questions on Leon Edwards? No, I mean, I answer the best questions there. Do you just do YouTube for the money? What do you mean by that? Is it my only job or do I just do it for money? Because if I just did it for money, I'd be doing fitness still. If you move to, I moved to Miami, but I don't go in that area where they were. Thoughts on Nick Fuentes and should Christians listen to him? There's better people to listen to. I think he's funny. If you look at him for comedic reasons, then sure. Give us your testimony on how you got saved. To be honest, dude, I've talked about it a couple times, but it's not like a great story, to be honest. I'm not like Bryce Crawford who got saved at a Waffle House. Like, that's a great story. For me, I don't really have that. Your thoughts on so many people chasing follower numbers instead of focusing on God? Look, I've done it before. It's no, you have to kind of relate to them, but pray for them because it's not easy to change where you go because the world might condemn you and God will be cheering for you, but you won't. To some degree, you don't know, right? It's difficult. Yeah, salvation is not a one-time event; it's a journey. Well said, Mario. How to height max? I'm short AF. Don't say I'm short. You're putting it into your identity. You're not short. You are whatever your name is. Your height is not your identity. I'm not Martine, bro. How hard was it to make that shift in your content? Do you believe is the best move for you? It was difficult, and it wasn't the best move for me. It was the best move for God, and that's what mattered for me. It wasn't about me anymore. I saw where me took me, and it took me to a place where I wasn't fulfilled with what I was doing. And that's why I had to go away from fitness. And also, when you really get to know God, you realize that He's the only thing you want to talk about. Will you grow your hair out again? I'm growing it out again a little bit. I'm trying to find a nice balance. Do you have a Discord? The Discord is where the free course is. It's not a Discord, but it is. So hit the link in the description or the pinned comment that's above. I don't know where it is on your screen. But yeah. Do you think you'll ever come back to fitness content? The truth about it is I have over 1,000 fitness videos and people are asking me to come back to fitness content. The truth about it is that I made enough fitness content. I can only tell people to stand up when lifting weights so many times. And it got to a point where I was making videos on the Rizzler and stuff like that when that wasn't fitness anymore, really. It was chasing views. Did you get a buzz cut? No. Are you fulfilled now? I'm more at peace now. And I think that's more important. When you were younger, did you care a lot about? No, I didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, thank you. Martine does fitness now. If you want fitness content, go to him and he knows more about fitness than I do. Right? Maybe I can make you laugh a bit more or get or I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just personal preference. But Martine is going to be the better option there. Hey Mario, I love your advice. I've been struggling with corn. I'm not addicted yet, but I itch once a day and I want to stop. I hate myself. I'm still doing my daily activities, gym, etc., but it's hard. Are you in the free community? That's gonna be the best place where I can we can start to help you because you don't hate yourself. You just think you do. Those aren't your thoughts. That's the devil speaking. So, my brother, join the free community and start getting help. Does Leon Edwards' downfall was due to his mentality considered weak? Leon Edwards didn't have a downfall. He's a UFC champion. He's doing well for himself. He lost a couple fights, and you can't be mentally considered weak. Anybody who calls him mentally weak would never step in that octagon. You know, I just find it very. There's again in Outwitting the Devil, it talks about it. It doesn't say loser, but I'm going to say loser. The biggest way you can be a loser is criticizing somebody who's going after their calling, who's going after their purpose. Don't do that. Don't don't insult people who are going after their dreams. It's just inviting negative energy into your life. And I pray for that you all you guys think more positively and look at the good, look at other people going after their purpose, and you're inspired by it. All right, everybody, last call, join the community. I it's very tons of free courses in there. If you haven't already, I see a lot of people are joining the free community now, which is amazing. I want to start accepting these peoples. Okay. Accepting these. Awesome. All right. A lot of people joined the community there. If you haven't already, be sure to start joining. Mario, what's one piece of advice you would give to your 18-year-old self if you could go back in time? Heal from your past wounds and find Jesus. Those are the two. And also stop chasing women. That's those are three. Where's the content? It's in the classroom. So go check out the classroom, bro, and you'll see the content is in there. There's two courses in there. Can you explain the Discord thingy? It's the free course at the pin comment. It's the pin comment and then the link in the description. Mario, what's a door and a closet? Opinion on Bad Buddy's music? It's demonic. Don't listen to it. Rap is not. It's not a sin, but again, listen to the lyrics, dude. It promotes sin, and you don't want that in your ears all the time. I don't plan on visiting Jamaica, to be honest. I'm Catholic. So like I just don't think he has that hunger in him, in my opinion. Well, you don't know him, and I think you should recognize that because you're judging his mentality when he's a champion. You know how hard it is to become a UFC champion, and his dad died when he was a kid. Don't call him weak mentally. You don't know him. You don't know clearly. You don't know what he's been through, and to think that he's mentally weak when he's in the octagon and he fights. Nah, I can't. I'm not getting behind that. How many push-ups can you do right now? I don't know, man. Maybe 40, but I don't train for it. If you want to see long form fitness videos, my brother Martine has those. You hate the Pope, dude. That be careful with what you say, dude. You got to be careful. Jesus doesn't play. He does not play games. Look, I'm not going to answer this aesthetic questions because it's kind of gay, okay? I'm not going to say which man looks better. I'm just not going to do that today. When do you think it's okay to compare yourself to others? Do you want to? That's the question. They are. I don't know if you've heard the quote. Comparison is the thief of joy. Nothing's gonna happen, Mario. Well, God, don't mock God, dude. That's a dangerous game to play. And I'll pray for you, dude. But don't mock God. It's not a good thing to do. And if you look at the authority of God, don't mock His people. That's a dangerous game to play, man. Marketing credit. That is the Discord. It's better than Discord. That's why I had that. So, dude, to join that one, that's good. It's going to be far better, dude. Yeah, it looks like Connor's making a free spiritual comeback. What do you think of the Hebrew Israelites? Um, it's almost like they made victim mentality a religion. Do you believe in archangels? Yeah, as Catholics, we believe in them. We do. It's crazy when a 13-year-old is telling me to wake up. Yeah, I know who Johnny Chang is. He says not to pray the Lord's Prayer, which is a crazy, crazy thing. Mario, I've been watching you since 22, bro, and I've transformed myself. Congrats, dude. What do you think of the rapture? Is it biblical? I'm not the person to answer that question, to be honest. I've never smoked weed, and I've never been through addiction. No. Bro, I don't get Christianity. It's so confusing. In my opinion, Islam's the truth. Islam denies the crucifixion of Jesus, which is the most established fact in the world. And every historical scholar who's secular agrees that Jesus was crucified and rose from the dead. So your opinion doesn't matter. The truth does. And that instantly cuts Islam out as a false religion and makes Christianity the true religion. Just study history. Yeah, I do play chess sometimes. Dude, someone asked me, is typing in all caps a sin? That's probably going to be about it for today after that one. But join the free community if you haven't. Link is in the description in the pinned comment. And if I do stream again anytime soon, I will let you guys know, obviously. But if not, I'll do streams inside the free community. So definitely join that. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys. God bless.